After rain, everything looks so nice. I love the way the garden looks when it's wet. This is a hill behind my house. There's a pergola up there, limelight hydrangea. That one doesn't get as much sun because it's more in shade, but they get huge. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Bought them years ago. And yeah, there's a river bark maple. And over the years, we've had lots of evergreens on this hill that we took out. There's a big spreader. They get big. We've taken a lot out. The blue spruce up there we limbed up because it was not doing well at the bottom. So we just limbed it up. It's a little crooked, but it's straightening up. Up there, next to the dwarf Alberta spruce, I made a wisteria standard myself. And turned out pretty good. But I love the blue of the spruce there, and then the blue up there. Looks good, I think. And there's the girl, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And then I just skirt her every year with different annuals. This year I did zinnias. They turned out pretty with roses behind them and then some yellow dahlias. And then here, large pine. Believe it or not, I never planted that. It's huge. Some seedling, but I left it there. Then as you go down the hill, the length is about 250 feet of the running of this hill. There's a huge hydrangea with a 9 bark next to it. We'll go down there. And then you can see the view all the way over to our barn. And then here up close, I have some annuals there. Our hose. I can hear roosters in the background. I used to have a lot of chickens, but I don't anymore. Yeah, there's our screened-in pergola. We sit out there, watch TV a lot. So we'll walk down here, down this hill. There we are. I have some big hostas up there, some in substance. This is a Bradford pear. Chanticleer, it's dying. And not sure why. I know they're not long-lived, but it's going to have to come down. My husband takes down all the trees himself, most of them. We've had some real big ones he couldn't do that with, but so there's our 9 bark and this gigantic hydrangea limelight. This is the biggest one that I've got. It's got to be, oh goodness, I don't know, 15 feet maybe. And at least that big in diameter. It is so big. Yeah, never knew that would get that big, but it is. And that branch down there, we're cutting back a wild rose. And then I collect peonies, and right here in front of me is, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then I have a daylily that I cut back all my daylilies because they look pretty scraggly. And that's the walkout from our home. the lower level. And we surrounded it with big boulders, which every rock you see on this property comes from here. This property could be a gravel pit. And yeah, so every time I dig a hole, there's rocks. Could be big ones, small ones, all these years. But these boulders came from here. There's a dahlia, some dahlias that I'm growing. I staked them up. I think I was a little too. I've grown dahlias before, but not recently. So these are really pretty. Looks pink, but it's really more of a ketchup color. Yeah, so I'll go down and show you a little bit more. Just had a rain, it washes away so much. Here's a couple urns I have surrounding this walkout area. There's 2 of them. I plant them with different things. They've got the sweet potato vine and the red fountain grass in them. Usually try and mimic each other. And we'll go to the dahlia. These yews here, I trim them every couple years. They're gigantic. They're at least, well, here's my hand. You can see this thing is huge. Yeah, it's just huge. I don't know, that really doesn't compare too much. But it's big. It's about 6 feet in diameter and it's about 5 feet tall. This here next to it is a gas plant. This is Dictymus purpurea. It's the pink one. Super pretty. And the leaves smell like lemon. So here's the dahlia. Maybe I can get up close and you can see it still looks pink though. It's not. There's a yellow one starting to come out. And I had a friend give me the tubers. So it's a real sunny spot here. There's a mum next to it. And then I have sun patiens down here with the blue salvia. And then the big cannas up there. And then that's that daylily. There's a view up to the pergola. So you can tell it's really up on the hill. And then there's a pink baptisia here. I've kind of just yesterday trimmed it up a little because it was flopping so much. It's big. But these boulders are big, so it can take a large plant. This here is Joe Pye, or there was Joe Pye. That's actually not there anymore. I took it out yesterday. And this is Artemisia, and I'm going to get rid of this. It's just takes over. I kill the edges of it every year just about, and I don't know, I'm tired of dealing with it, so it's probably gonna leave. And then here's a view of my porch. I have a wraparound porch on the house, so it's beautiful views of the property. And I have some grasses up there, hostas. There was a huge bee nest in these boulders, and we just dealt with it yesterday and this morning. So I cut back some peonies on each side of this evergreen pine. I won that one year at a function I was at, and it's kind of cool. I forget. It has like a funny name, like Curly Fries or something. I don't know. It was a guy who did, gentleman who did special evergreens. He made them, hybridized them. Yeah, and here's the same impatiens with salvia. Then I have this huge plant there with the huge leaves, you see. That's Astilboides tabularis. I do not know what the common name is. I have another one in the shaded garden, which I'll show another day, but the leaves, the more shade it gets, the bigger the leaves. And I have the anemone growing up there, so that's pretty. And my my statue, I forget the name of her. And here's a large pussy willow tree. It's on a standard. I forget the name of it. I'm not good with names. I used to be, but yeah. So then I have some ground cover geraniums on the ground. I have a hosta or a daisy that I cut back there. And then you can see where my peonies were, and I cut them back. That one there, and that one there. And what else do I have here? Oh, in the boulders, you can see I've got a fern there. I didn't plant it, but the spores, they will germinate in different spots. You can see there's even some more down in the boulders. And then over here, there's another one in the boulders. So I like them. If they get too much, I'll just rip them out. But I do like those ferns. They're in the Anthurium family from the Japanese painted ferns, that family. And here's a large peony. I have about 90 tree peonies, and they're herbaceous and intersectional. This is an intersectional. This is gorgeous. It is so pretty. Whew, most just ran by. Then the yellow daisy-like leaves, flowers, is a, oh, yeah, well, I can't think. I'll think of it in a minute. You got the large leaves with the purple underneath them, Ligularia. And this is Desdemona, I believe. And they're very pretty. But if I don't cut those flowers off, they will seed everywhere. I've got a lot, and you'll see at some point in the garden, there's a lot. And this is a pine. It started out so tiny, about 18 inches maybe when I grew it, and now it's, I don't know, 12 feet tall maybe. But I love it. It's so pretty. And let's see. And yeah, that thing out there is a target. And so down here, I have obviously more hostas. And you can see as they go down the line, there's different varieties. I like the gold ones because they really stand out in color. There used to be another tree here, but it died. And this tree is just given enough shade for these, but they do burn sometimes. I cut off the burn leaves to make it look a little tidier. This plant here is the Aurelia Sun King. And I know some people get them and they're not very big. These are huge. They're about maybe 7 to 8 feet in diameter. And I cut off the edges because they were crowding out my hostas. And they are just as big around. They're huge. This here is a Rogersia. And I have one there, and then you can see one underneath the pine tree here. And they're very thick-leaved, very, very thick. They spread, I don't know if you can see under there, by underground. And I have cut them off, dug them apart, and replanted them in different areas of the garden. I love that plant. No deer like it because it's so thick. So thick. And let's see. I have a lace cap hydrangea in here. It's kind of done, but you can see it's a little bit pink. Tiny bit pink on there. I like that one. And then you can see there's more ligularia with the yellow daisies. And then I did plant those there. I'm kind of experimenting with these pots. I put Japanese forest grass in here, Hakanakloa. This is the Oriola one. And I planted it last year, so it'll be fine. But this one does a little bit better than the other one. But I thought it'd be pretty in the, pots with wind. You always kind of see flowers, but I decided that might be fun to try. And again, here is I have two Aurelia Sun Kings. You can see they're sort of across from each other. And in this spot, to be real here, this I weed whacked or cut all down in the center of this area in the walkout because there were ostrich ferns in there and Joe Pye weed. And Joe Pye gets, super tall. Not the dwarf one. This is the regular one. And actually, I never planted it. It just, some bird must have dropped a seed. And it started. And anyway, it gets real messy in there. The ferns turn dark. Japanese beetles get at them. They're dry. And so about August, they start looking nasty. So I just whack them down. And then this center, I still have to finish cleaning up in there. But, yeah. So, we love our white chairs. And you can see the marks in the grass. It's wet from our vehicles. And, let's see what's in here. We'll do our pond another day. But we did the pond ourselves. There's our hammock. And this here is Persicaria Painter's Palette. It is beautiful. I'll show you up close. It's got green, pink, white, cream. Some are even a little bit yellowish color. I guess it's more cream. And, yeah, they're beautiful. The seed heads are just starting to come on. And